What is up, everybody? Nope, you're not frozen. I just wasn't live yet. I didn't click the go live button yet. That's all. You were not frozen. I was just struggling to get my lighting and my camera and all that ready. So if you are new to my channel, I typically do not share these energy shift readings with YouTube. These are typically only for my patrons. This is a very, very important full moon lunar eclipse, so I really want to share it with the collective. I think it's very important that the collective hears about it. And I'm just gonna forewarning, I am really feeling these energies. My patrons know I didn't post yesterday because I actually got really sick yesterday and I just kind of needed a day. I'm still kind of feeling it today a bit, but the way these readings go is I'm going to go over what to expect from these energies. I am in no way an astrologer, astrologist, whatever you want to call it. I self-taught, right? I do my own research before these things and I type it up. I read it to you. I try to keep it short, sweet, to the point. Hey, Autumn, how are you? The chat is open. If you guys have questions, go ahead, ask your questions. It's very interactive. I pull oracle readings. Hello, how are you? I'll pull oracle cards. I'll clarify the oracle cards. And depending on that, I might do another spread. I might not. But we just do an energy shift reading in regards to what to expect for the energies at play. But this is how the moon cycle readings go on my Patreon channel. But this particular full moon is a lunar eclipse. It is in Taurus. We haven't had Uranus in Taurus since like the 1930s or 40s. So it's a really, really important energy, especially considering that our north and south node are about to be shifting out of Gemini and Sagittarius into Taurus and Scorpio come January 23rd. This is basically giving us a preview of what to expect in 2022, 2023. It's kind of like, hey, here's a little preview, right? So, this full moon is tomorrow, depending on when you're located, is on November 19th. Let me turn my brightness up. I have my other laptop in front of me here. It's at 27 degrees Taurus. So if you are new to looking at your chart, you will need to check out where your you will need to know the time you were born, and you will need to go ahead and Chiron and Taurus, so I'm kind of excited to see how this affects me. Yeah, okay, so we're going to talk about Chiron a little bit too. So I will get to that. I'll get to that. Chiron's actually been really nice this week. Chiron was in a square with Venus early on this week. So if you're feeling like shakeups in regards to like your relationships, I guess I'm just going to talk about it now really quick. If you felt shakeups in regards to your relationships or like wounds from previous relationships, like your childhood or parents, things like that coming up, like abandonment fears or trust issues, things of that nature, that's Chiron. Chiron's the wounded healer, and Chiron's basically going to be like, yo, hey, we're moving into new north node, south node energy, which means like we're really trying to solidify stable foundations around like home, relationships, your finances, all these things. So I need you to really learn these lessons that you want to be learning right now. Please excuse like the mess of like my face and my hair today. Like I really just don't feel good, to be honest with you. I just don't feel good. So I'm going to be doing this like a Patreon reading. Like on Patreon, I'm super candid. Like I just really don't give two Fs. I just don't. Like they've seen me in sweatpants. They've seen me with no makeup on. Like I just don't. It's like my little family on there. So it is what it is. Okay. So, but yeah. This is going to be on Friday, November 19th at 27 degrees Taurus. It's going to be at 3:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12:57 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. So the nodes are going to be changing on the 23rd of January, I believe. So just keep that in mind. I'll probably do another energy shift reading on Patreon for that. or I might do it on YouTube. I'm still contemplating if I want to do like these really, really important energy shift readings public, or if I want to do them just on Patreon. I'm probably going to do them just on Patreon because that's the point of Patreon. You know what I'm saying? But something in me was like, we got to talk about this for the collective. And I think part of that was because I believe the collective has this predisposed belief that we have to manifest on full moons and new moons and things like that, when in all reality, I personally would not manifest at all on this full moon. And I'm going to get in as to why. This is the kind of energy you don't do anything with. You sit, you ground yourself, and you don't touch it. No touchy. No fucking touchy. No touchy. Don't touch it. Don't play with it. No. Those are essential oils. Okay. So the spotlight's going to be on money, spending, material stability, and resources because it's in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So it's luxury, it's relationships, it's love, things like that. But it's also the material side of things. Okay. So this is going to give you a preview of the story of 18 to 24 months to come. Eclipses also have a way of mirroring or running parallel to very major events. So there might be twists and turns and upheavals that kind of happen at this time, especially with Uranus and Taurus. Okay, that's those little tower moments that we've been talking about, which brings me to my next point. This is a partial lunar eclipse, also known as a blood moon. It aligns with the fixed star Algol. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It's Algol. I'll even type it for you. So if you'd like to look it up, you can. This is the most destructive star in heaven. Yay! Okay, and this is kind of why I would not recommend manifesting in this particular energy. Okay. So the star represents misfortune, violence, and sickness. So the spiritual meaning of the full moon is relating mostly to using honesty, faith, and a strong sense of purpose to evolve your soul to a higher level. So I'm not saying any of this to scare you. It's just, let's break down what a lunar eclipse is. It's the moon in front of the sun, and the sun is shining all of its light around the moon, and then the moon is like, hey, I'm a blood moon because all this light's behind me, and it's bringing all this darkness, right? So darkness is just a polarity. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is, right? So if we want to balance out all this darkness, we have to bring the light. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're manifesting and manifesting and manifesting, but we're not raising our frequency to counteract all this darkness that's at play, because we already, one, have a full moon, but two, it's more potent because it's a lunar eclipse, and three, now we have this fixed star that's in a perfect freaking square with this full moon lunar freaking eclipse that we haven't had in like 600 effing years. Kapowie. You get what I'm saying? So it's the perfect time to, one, stay really grounded. If you're having a lot of anxiety, a lot of shakeups in relationships, a lot of your fears are old, insecurities come up, a lot of financial struggles, or you're just not in the place you want to be. It's basically the universe saying like, hey, I need you to get regrounded. I want you to really, it's a great time to sit in prayer, to sit in meditation, to sit with your higher self, to say affirmations. It's a really good time to work with unity consciousness affirmations. I am, you are, we are. So when you start manifesting for the collective using affirmations like that, like when you visualize the world, and you're visualizing coding it in wealth or love or abundance, and you're wishing away poverty, you're wishing away illness and all these things, you're unconsciously embodying those frequencies yourself. So if you're wishing away poverty, you're wishing wealth for all the people in the world, you're embodying the frequency of wealth. If you're wishing good health for other people, you're embodying the frequency of good health. You're doing it for yourself too. So if you're manifesting in that sense, it's going to benefit you. It's a win-win, right? That's the kind of manifestation we should be doing at this time. But if you're like, on this full moon, I release this, I release that, like how you would on a normal full moon, I would not recommend doing that at this time, because it's just you're going to be too open. You're emptying out your vessel while there's all these dark energies at play without grounding yourself. Because to do that, you're shifting yourself into a higher state of consciousness, allowing yourself to pour all this dirty water, because you're that figurative bottle, right? And you're like, hey, I have all this dirty, shitty water in me. I want to pour it out so I can make room for all this greatness. There's not a lot of greatness to be filling you up right now, though. So let's just wait a little bit for all this to pass, and then you can pour it all out and pour it all away. Because to be quite honest, you don't need, and I know this might sound a little contradicting, but you don't need like a specific date to pour that out. But I'm just saying right now, with the current energies at play, it might not be the best time to. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. So, continue. I know I've already said some of this. So that means sitting, meditation, grounding yourself, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Yeah, I basically knocked out that whole paragraph. This full moon square Jupiter adds the risk of greed, immortality, irresponsibility, excessiveness, and feeding into the destructive and brutal nature of this fixed star ogle. But the lunar eclipse is also trine Pluto, which encourages positive transformation and spiritual evolution, which is why consciously leaning into that light aspect is actually really going to benefit you right now. Because as you consciously choose to lean into the light, it's actually going to help reprogram your mind to be like, I can overcome when difficult energies at play, and realize that astrology is not the end all be all. It is not going to dictate how my life unfolds, right? Just because these energies are at play does not mean that it is how things have to be. I am still a conscious creator. I still create my reality, and I choose to have a positive outcome because I choose to lean into the light. Ta-da! Yo, that was weird. As soon as I said ta-da, the music went ding. That was really weird. I thought it came from over there, but my music's actually playing over here. Okay. Because see, like I was really, for those of you who don't know, I don't even like to say it. I'll put it in air quotes because even my boyfriend and I get into it. Like I was diagnosed, because autoimmune disorders, like I have my own beliefs on autoimmune disorders, diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and epilepsy. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday I had like the sinus infection and I was walking to the store and I got so lightheaded, I thought I was going to have a seizure. And then I was laying in bed and I thought I was having like this flare up. I'm like, that's all this illness, all this sickness. And I was just like, I was leaning into like so much fear is making like, I was basically manifesting like all of this that I had been told within my own body. And so yesterday I was making myself like so sick. And then I finally got to this place, like I would have like 2 or 3 hours where I'd be like, no, like I'm not going to do this to myself. And I was like leaning into the light, and then I'd fall into the dark and I'd lean into the light. But it was literally like an 8-hour battle of doing that. It was like the worst. It was the worst thing ever. But it just goes to show like nobody on this channel will ever be on a high horse. Like I promise you, I'm always going to go through this with you guys. But I was just sitting there and I was like, no, I got this. And he's like, take some Tylenol. And I was like, I'm not going to take no damn Tylenol. Like I can do this. Because he's not like really spiritual how I am. And I was like, I don't need no Tylenol. I could do it. My brain is powerful. It's so stupid. So I drive myself crazy sometimes. I will drive myself mad. Okay. Okay, so consciously leaning into the light at this time is vital. The lunar eclipse can help you access the deepest, darkest areas of your subconscious, exposing them to eliminate fear and heal past trauma. Exhibit A, literally what I was just explaining to you. So like my past trauma is my seizures. I have grand mal seizures. And so they absolutely scared the living out of me. They scare me to death because I'm fully conscious during them. I don't pass out. Like I don't just consciousness. And it's so scary. And so, but I don't have them often. It's like a once in a blue moon kind of thing now. And so that's one of my fears that came up during this time for me. And then in regards to relationships, like infidelity, rejection, abandonment, like all that stuff's coming up right now. And so that's things that me personally, I've been working through, right? And so human, right? Humanness, accept your humanness and just be honest about it. Talk about it. Like it's unity consciousness. It's okay. It's okay. But accept it and verbalize it so everybody can move through it versus sitting in it. Because there's a difference. Sitting in it, you're going to sit in your trauma body. You're going to cement yourself in it. Moving through it is what this energy is meant to do. So move through it. Move through it. Lean into that light and understand that you are not your thoughts. Observe them. Observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, why am I thinking this right now? Is this real? No, it's most likely the past being dubbed over your present situation because it's not the reality. It's not the reality of it because you have Neptune playing with some really scary things right now too. And we'll get into that. Okay. So if you're feeling drained, overwhelmed, burnt out, physically sick, remember how divine you are, basically. Remember that you have the power to bring yourself back to peace. You have the power to bring yourself back to the physical, hand on heart, hand on belly, deep breaths, belly breaths, ground yourself, do prana breath even. Relationships at this time, if they've been challenging or confusing, those aspects that are causing imbalances, they're going to come to light. So just discuss those with honesty, compassion. It does not have to be difficult. It does not have to be scary. Just be very open and transparent with each other. And that might be the scariest step, is just being that vulnerable, being that transparent. But it's going to be a very big weight lifted when we learn to speak in our authentic truth, because the collective is stepping into a lot of authenticity at this time. Like really learning to not bullshit people, to just really own their shit and say, hey, this is kind of what I want. This is my expectations for relationships. Are you trying to F and chuck, or do you really want to settle down with somebody? No, I'm trying to Tinder swipe. Okay, well, that's not what I'm here to do. You know, like just have those conversations with people. Okay. Now let's talk. I'm almost done with this and then we'll get into the reading. We're only going to talk about like Moon square Jupiter and Moon trine Pluto. Yay. And then we're done. Moon square Jupiter can make you feel really hopeful and enthusiastic. It could also create very exaggerated emotional reactions and impulses. For some reason, this reminds me of Leo. I'm a Leo moon, okay? So I think that's why it reminds me of Leo, because I was like, that's me all the time. Exaggerating things, being a drama queen. That's my gig. It's like, it's what I'm the best at. It's great. Okay. So just be really mindful of that. It could bring about a lot of irresponsibility, people being really careless and being very excessive. But when you're really hopeful and enthusiastic about things, just have that moderation with it. Just have the moderation and the balance to know that you don't have to go overboard, okay? Because loss and disappointment may result from blind faith and overconfidence and the greed of it all. You understand? Okay, so this could also create a lot of changeable moods. So people kind of going on that emotional roller coaster, and changing tastes can cause relationship difficulties. So this is where that transparency and open communication with your partnerships, or what you're expecting from partnerships, comes into play. Okay, so generosity is a really good way to avoid any moral decay. Charitable work would be really fulfilling, but make sure to leave enough for yourself. It's honoring yourself, but also honoring the collective. We're going to have when we move into Taurus energy, Taurus is the Six of Pentacles. Taurus is the Six of Pentacles in tarot. It's about balance. It is about balance. And that card literally has the scales in it. It's balance. Okay? Cool. That's all I'm going to say about that. The lunar eclipse in astrology urges you to grow materially and spiritually, but it's funny that they're saying this, but moderation and responsible attitude are needed. It's like I know what I'm talking about. It's weird. Skipping on to the next. Moon trine Pluto. This brings emotional sensitivity and psychic perception. I'm going to read something about Neptune, though, too, that I have on my phone. That's important because it's Neptune in regards to the week, and this is just for the lunar eclipse. But there's a Neptune aspect that's at play. That's a little finagly. Moon trine Pluto. This brings emotional sensitivity and psychic perception. You will feel things more powerfully and are likely to be transformed by your intense emotional reactions. So this is going to give you the urge to evolve at an emotional level and assist with the Jupiter urge to expand your horizons. So basically, allow yourself to be vulnerable. Just let it happen. And in regards to the fixed star that we have, just be mindful that it is very volatile in the sense that it's going to create a lot of shakeups. But just make sure to stay very healthy. Make sure to stay very grounded. Make sure to stay home the night of the eclipse. I would not recommend going to parties. I wouldn't recommend going out driving. I wouldn't recommend like doing anything crazy. I would stay home, be a couch potato, because it's like the prime time for like accidents and just stupid, ridiculous, unsafe things to happen. I would just be like, oh, nope, can't do it tonight. Sorry, I'm busy being a hermit, and it's great and lovely. Okay, so lastly, let's look at this Neptunian. So today, Mercury is trine Neptune. So the intuition is going to be really heightened. It's funny that hype came out. Dreams are going to be more vivid. I had a crazy dream last night, and I woke up this morning, told my boyfriend about it. Is the weirdest thing. Like I thought somebody stole my car, dropped drugs on the sidewalk, and I picked them up, and I was like, "You can't have them until you give me my car back." And I like walked inside, and I was like, "What is going on? Like, what kind of dreams am I having right now?" Anyway, pay attention to your inner guidance. With Mercury and Scorpio, might feel like we have X-ray vision. So. Yep. Yeah, sounds some crazy dreams, man. I've never had a dream like that before. Like I was seeing like people I knew in the dream too, and I was like, what? Why is my dad stealing my car? That was so funny. It's like, who even lived down here? But yeah, so Neptune is a really intense dream space experience, but also when we have Neptune at play during a lunar eclipse, the moon is also heightened intuition. It also can create a lot of distortion and illusion. So just be mindful of that, because yeah, that was a really distorted dream that I had. But this could also play a role in regards to how you view and perceive other people and situations. So just be mindful that when you go through your fear and your trauma that does come up at this time, that you're not seeing it through like a distorted lens. Like you're not taking something and running with it. Guilty as charged. Totally did that like a week ago. Like had a fear come in my head, a sabotaging thought process, took it and ran with it. And it was like it was a very like Neptune kind of thing. Because when I really stepped back and thought about it, and that's why I say like observe your thoughts. Observe your thoughts. Like I wish I had a future version of me to be like, hey, Jordyn, this is going to happen, to like teach me these things, you know, but I don't. I got to learn and then teach you guys. So you're welcome. But it was like, I took something and I ran with it. And then I realized like that was a fear that my ego put in my mind as a sabotaging behavior. And I took it and ran with it, instead of recognizing that. So just be mindful of what's reality and what's a distortion that your ego is creating to perpetuate an old habit or an old fear, okay, from Chiron, trying to release all those wounds. Okay, so let's get into this reading. I'm going to be honest. I would love to put on some like sweatpants and a sweatshirt right now and just like throw my hair up in a bun and just like fucking chill out. Just chill out, Cub Scout. It's okay. I have shorts on underneath it. Calm down. There's nothing there. You're okay. It's okay. The world's not going to end if they see a woman's thighs. It's not going to fall apart. Somebody's going to be like, oh my God, she showed her skin. I might do it. What's going on here? What do I want to do? What oracle deck do we want to start with? Of course I want to. Ooh, this actually might be really cool. Patrons, you guys know I don't use this one often, but when we do, it's actually pretty cool. I might use it. I might use it. See, now my throat chakra is starting to act up as soon as we start to get into it, as soon as I start playing with the cards, right? Okay. What of the divine? What of the divine? What do I have that's of the divine? I just keep hearing of the divine. I have Divine Animal Oracle. Dragon. I have so many Oracle decks. Divine. Of the divine. What's of the divine? Divine Goddess. I'm pretty sure it's the Divine Animal Oracle that they're talking about, because this is the Shaman's Dream. That's Sacred Dream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, no. I got Poopy. I really want to choose that one. It's not that one. Dragon. It's not Dragon either. Okay. Divine. Yeah. Okay. It's fun. It's actually really funny. I'm laughing. It's my page. I guess I don't know if the collective will get it, but I know my patrons will get it because they know I named my ego Shannon. But they literally said, "Show me your shadow's name." That's why I was laughing. I was like, "That's funny," because I tell my patrons. I think I tell the collective too, like, name your shadow, because that will help you disassociate from what your ego is. And if you name your ego, it will help you realize like how often your thoughts, you're on autopilot from your ego. You're really not on autopilot from your authentic self. So let's see what's going on. That's funny. What do I most need to see for the collective? For the Taurus full moon, lunar eclipse. They show me a waterfall. What do I most need to see for the collective for the Taurus full moon, lunar eclipse? Okay, they show me a waterfall, and then they show me the devil card, but the hand coming out behind the waterfall and kind of like swooping through the water. That's why, yeah, and they just keep saying, "Show me your shadow's name." Hey, Diamond. Show me what I most need to see. Power. And it kind of looks like Saturn, but it kind of looks like a blood moon at the same time. This feels more so like the need to like reclaim your power. It feels like the divine feminine, like being more present. Instead of, because fear is catalyzed by sitting in the past or sitting too far in the future, right? Because you're not present. You're not at peace in the present. You're thinking about what's about to unfold or what has already passed, right? And replaying it. It's very divine feminine. Yeah, very divine feminine. The power card. Let me hold it a little closer. Okay. Sorry if my lighting's a little off with that. It's getting like cloudy, I guess, in front of the sun. See, now it's getting bright again. Okay, and then we have Peacock. Yeah, so there's my other divine feminine card in this deck. So you have both divine feminines out. Peacock is about literally was about to say prosperity, and it says prosperity on this card. Yeah, so this is about aligning with divine feminine, about being present, because prosperity, like think about Venus, Venusian energy. See, now I'm getting like really like not even like I wouldn't even, I guess, congested, but it's just, I don't know, like my face and everything just feels really tight. As soon as we got into the tarot, it's like someone came and was just like, let me just take all your energy away again. So an Empress card in tarot is Venusian, right? It's ruled by Venus, and that is prosperity, it's wealth, it's success. And then we have Meerkat, which is responsibility. So here we are talking about Venus is Taurus energy, okay? So Taurus, we're talking about your finances, we're talking about security, we're talking about stability, prosperity. We're talking about learning how to take responsibility for the stability of your finances and your material world. We're talking about reclaiming your power. We're talking about leaning into the light and believing that things are going to fall into place the way they most need to. I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to have to swap out my camera's battery here shortly. Okay. And then we have dog, which is companionship. So here's the relationship. So we have the money, responsibility, and the relationships. And then we have the secrets, the lack of communication, the lack of vulnerability. So it's all coming out. And the first card is power. Everything, and it's 3113 on the clock, which is mirror numbers. There's that parallel, right? So it's all just playing out in front of us. Everything we've already talked about. With links in reverse, the secrets in reverse, it's almost like not wanting to admit to yourself or to the people around you that there's a struggle. There's an internal struggle with the money, the relationships, the vulnerability, all these things. It's kind of like it hasn't gotten to that peak moment of like, I'm about to explode. I can't take it anymore. It's going to. Bottom of the deck, freedom. The horse. Ta-da! I got to fix this lighting for you guys. Oh, no, not too bad. Here you go. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. I like it. I like it because it's like the tower moment's coming. It's kind of like the build up. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Ooh, kapowie. Yeah. It's kind of like, okay, feeling my power, and the universe is like, you feeling your power? Okay, cool. I'm gonna throw you all these curveballs because you're so in your power, because I need you to work through this stuff now that you realize your power. And it's the reclaiming, it's the pulling yourself out of the hole, slowly, slowly, one day at a time, one step at a time, and celebrating each little victory, though. There's a need to celebrate each little victory, okay? Remember that. As you go through this process, please celebrate each small victory, okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to? So torn. No, I'm not. They're like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay. No, I don't want to use this. As soon as I touched it, I don't want to use it. No, that does not feel right. Ooh, yeah. Let's use this one. Okay. This is Beautiful Creatures. Beautiful Creatures. It's linked down below in the description box. Okay. Let's look at Deer. Let's look at the Power card. It was quick. Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we're overthinking. We're overthinking what we want to pursue. This is the fear, though. It's the fear. It's kind of like I have all the how do I want to word this? I have all this potential. I have all these things that I know I could do. I know I can do. It's taking that first step. It's just stepping outside your comfort zone. It's kind of like, but what if it doesn't work out? What if I get rejected? What if people think XYZ of me, right? It's the need to step into the authentic self. We've been talking about this for so long, that authenticity, right? And the fear of that authenticity. Mm. The only thing stopping these people or this person from this authenticity is themselves, though, you know? It's nothing outside of themselves as an individual, because the Knight of Wands is the non-committal energy. It's the scattered energy. It's the one who is the traveler, who is very in and out, who is very here for a second and nope, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But that is what this lunar eclipse is all about. It's about this. We have 1 foot in the new life and 1 foot in the old life. It's about finally picking that damn foot out of the old life and put it into the new one, saying, this is who I'm going to be. This is who I want to be. This is who I choose to be. I'm no longer going to keep myself confined to the prison of my own making, the prison of my fears, keep myself wrapped in these chains that I've placed around myself. It's choosing to step into your own power, which is why all these fears, all these struggles, all these insecurities, all these worries, all this is all coming to the surface, and it's going to be overwhelming because it's the dirty water theory. It's all coming to the top because the universe is saying it's time to pour that shit out. It's time to pour it out. So if you're feeling depleted, if you're feeling exhausted, it's okay to feel that way momentarily, but go outside, breathe in fresh air, sit in the sun, allow yourself to purge it. Don't bask in it. Don't bask in it. Don't continue doing things the old way, because the old way is what kept you in that old cycle. You need to do things differently to get out of that cycle. So change is the only constant, and things are changing. So we must change and evolve with the changing times. Right? Let's look at Peacock. The paranormal. You're seeing what's been blocking your wealth. You're seeing what's been blocking your prosperity. You're seeing what's been blocking you, because the paranormal is curiosity. It's unique to this deck, but it's also kind of like the universe, what the universe has been keeping hidden from you, and you coming to this realization of like, oh shit, like I see it now. Like it's not really a secret. I understand that I've been standing in my own way. I've been blocking my own abundance. I've been blocking my own wealth, my own success, my own abundance in regards to love and peace and happiness and all these great things, simply because I haven't fully believed in my personal power to attract them. And it doesn't, like, let's put it this way. If you want to make 6 figures a year, don't manifest 6 effing figures a year. Manifest $1,000 a day, or $1,200 a day, or $1,500 a day. Manifest a daily amount that will add up to those 6 figures a year. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do something at that caliber, something that's more reasonable for you to visualize and manifest in your conscious mind versus a yearly amount, right? Manifest in those ways for yourself. Break it down. Make it more feasible, okay? Practical? Whatever word you want to use. Yep, plug it in there. Okay. On to the next. Let's get another on this. Let's get one more. Okay. Whoa! Man down. Empress in reverse. Exactly. Ace of Wands and the Lovers in reverse. Followed by Temperance in reverse. Okay. So, like I was saying, this has a lot to do with the feminine energy being distorted, right? Blocking your own abundance. Empress in reverse, okay? Blocking your own wealth, success, love. It's a closed heart space. It's giving so much time and energy and attention to the people and environments and energies around you that you're not allowing yourself to receive, okay? And so going into this new cycle, you're making the conscious decision, right? You're needing to make the conscious decision to restore balance. Temperance in reverse. With the lovers is choice. It's not just about relationships. It is about choice. The Lovers is decisions, okay? And this card is called Ultimatum. Okay. It's making the choice to choose yourself instead of always choosing other people or other situations. It's about choosing yourself. So let's look at responsibility. Let's see what's going on here. For some of you, this could be finally breaking away from codependency. Okay, because we've been talking about that all damn year. And that is a really, really, really big thing going on right now in the collective. I'm not taking any of those just because of how they kind of like popped out all over the place. I don't think anything else fell. Oh, hot tamales. Ugh. Okay, Page of Wands and Death in reverse. Beautiful. Okay, so responsibility. So you're starting from scratch. You're starting from scratch. You're going through this massive transformation, realizing that I need to start taking responsibility for the person I want to be, the person I want to create. I want to have fun again. I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my work. I want to enjoy everything that I do. And in order to do that, I need to make some damn changes. I can't keep doing things the way that I'm doing them because I'm just not happy with how they're getting done. I'm not enjoying my life. So what do I need to change in myself, in my environment, in my work, in my relationships, in my finances, in my daily routine, in my eating habits, in my health, to make sure that not only am I taking responsibility for myself, but I'm taking responsibility for the reality that I'm creating, right? Very, very nice. Because the Page of Wands in this deck is called Venture as well, right? So you venturing out into the world as a new you. Let's look at companionship, the dog. This is a cool card. You can get that damn glare off. Oh, I had it for a second. There it is. Ta-da! Let's look at the dog. King of Pentacles, loyalty. Okay. This is bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. Okay. This is remaking foundations. Whatever relationships have been going through, I actually heard power struggles. This was in reverse. Have been going through power struggles, have been going through a lack of trust, dishonesty, things of that nature. There's going to be this energy of reuniting. There's going to be this energy of healing. What was that? I just heard a word and I missed it because I was talking. I missed it. I was talking. I didn't hear it. I lost my train of thought now. Okay, companionship. Yeah. Lack of trust, dishonesty, things of that nature. People are going to be coming back together with a new foundation because they're healing their trauma side by side. Bottom underneath the Four of Wands, we had the Emperor in reverse that matches the Empress in reverse that we had over here somewhere. So it is a true pair. They're just working through their shadow together, which is what, because the King of Pentacles is my mini Emperor card, which is beautiful. So it is a very true pair. It's a very powerful pair too. Very nice. Very nice. I like that a lot. Let's get another on companionship. This weather over here is crazy. 10 of Cups. Yeah. 10 of Cups. 10 of freaking Cups. There you go. All of this is basically helping the collective to not only learn vulnerability and stability, but to align with true relationships, to align with true love, to align with true wealth and success and prosperity, abundance, all these things that we've been trying so hard to manifest for ourselves. They're coming in. They're coming in as long as we are open to receiving them, as long as we are aligned with peace and really grounding ourselves and we don't fall into the shadow, right? As long as we work through our shadow and we integrate, we are going to be open and receive these energies, which is beautiful, but it's moving through those changes. It's allowing ourselves to flow with the changing energies instead of staying stuck in those old energies. We have to pick up that foot and put it in the new energy as it changes, okay? So that means that you're going to have to change. We're all going to have to change. I'm going to have to change. You're going to have to change. We're going to have to change. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Hello, my dear. That's a good thing. Let's look at the links. Let's look at secrets. I just heard revelations. That's nice. 7 of Wands in reverse. This feels like letting down the guard, though. What else do we have for secrets? 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's the surrender. It's letting down the wall. What's this? 7 of Pentacles in reverse. You have 2 7s in reverse. We have all these cards. It came out in the big old stack. Okay. I'm not going to take all this, though. Okay. Let's just wait till it was like half the stack was flipped upside down. Okay. So the 7 of Wands in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's letting down the guard because the 7 of Wands is a very guarded energy. The 7 of Pentacles is like, I'm no longer investing my time or energy into being guarded. My battery's about to die. Give me 2 seconds. It's about to die. Gotta change my battery. And we're back. Short little commercial break, but we're back. Okay, so this is a very guarded energy. The 7 of Pentacles is somebody who basically is like, hey, I invested all this time, I invested all this energy, and it's not something I want to continue investing in, aka I don't want to continue being guarded, right? So 4 of Pentacles in reverse, I'm releasing that. I'm no longer holding on to that. 3 of Cups is the happiness, the celebration, the coming back together, feeling whole again, right? No longer hiding who they were. Secrets, letting go of the secrets. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman in reverse, the realizations, the aha moments. The Hangman is the change in perspective. It's seeing things with a new point of view. It's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And let's look at the horse. Let's look at the horse. The Fool in reverse. Yay! So you get freedom with the brand new beginning. Woo! The Fool. I'm not mad that's in reverse. It's just kind of like a lot of the collective is a little hesitant to take this risk, to step into this new cycle because it's change. It's uncomfortable. And they're kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, King of Swords. But they know they need to. Yep, there's 3 of Wands in reverse. 3 of Wands in reverse. The hesitance to take the path that's being offered to them. 2 of Pentacles. Well, I don't know if I want it. Magician. I have all my personal power. 8 of Wands in reverse. Blocking themselves. Why? Because 5 of Cups. I'm scared. Right? 5 of Cups. They need to mourn the past. They're still just working through some stuff. And that's okay. That's okay. You can work through it. Just don't wait too damn long, please. Because it's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. I'm actually really, really excited for this because it means that the collective is stepping into like a much higher frequency energy versus sitting in the shadow of it all, which is... So, let's pull some romance angels to kind of see what we can expect in regards to relationships for the collective at this time. What can the collective expect in regards to love and romance with this full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse? What can the collective most expect for this full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse for love and romance? What can the collective most expect for this full moon in Taurus lunar eclipse in regards to love and romance? Wow. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith and love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, and your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, engagement. The time has come to clear your energy, release your ex. Hey, Michael. Yay! This is more like releasing old energy, right? Release the past, release the things that no longer serve you, clear away these energies that we are basically what we've been talking about this whole time, right? It's not like literally your ex unless you have an ex. You really do need to let go of, you know? And then engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. This doesn't mean that you have to literally be in a relationship. Could be that there's one coming in. Could also be your relationship with yourself. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We also have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And then soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Beautiful. Or as Lizzo says, you are your soulmate. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Not really, though. That's actually a really good song. Just saying, it's my opinion. I can have my own opinion, though. Let's see. I'm gonna pull some advice. I'll let y'all pick which advice deck. I was gonna use Wisdom of the Oracle, but I also have the Shaman's Dream, which is a newer Oracle deck. In general, like not just to me, it is a new Oracle deck to me too, which I absolutely love it. It's been great so far. We have Wisdom of the Oracle, which is a very popular closeout deck. Yeah, and then I also have Goddess Guidance, which is a really good one too. Which one? Or one from each? You're going to have to type something because I'm going to need an answer. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need somebody to say something. I'm letting you pick, you know? I'm letting you have a say. I'm just going to keep cleaning up. Anybody? Anybody? Anything? The new one. That's my favorite, to be honest with you. I'm a fan stan. Okay. Cool. All of the above. All of them. Shaman. You always bought Mystical Shaman. Oh, you mean this Shaman. Yeah, the Shaman one's cool. It is a lot like Mystical Shaman, though. I will say that. It's a lot like Mystical Shaman, which is really cool. And the Goddess deck. Yeah, those are my top two. I'm kind of, no offense, Colette. You know, Colette Baron Reed also wrote this one, though, too. I'm kind of pooped out from this one. I've used it to death. Can you tell? Can you tell I've used it to death? It's a little yellow. We'll pick from these two first, and then I'll see if I want one from this one afterward. This is a really, really beautiful deck. Beautiful deck. It does remind me a lot of Mystical Shaman, though. If you've been on my Patreon channel, I use Mystical Shaman on there. It's this deck. It was one of my very first Oracle decks, and it's an incredible Oracle deck. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing. I love it so much. Okay, let's see. What can the collective most expect? Actually, let's see. Let's change that. What messages of love, healing, or guidance does the collective most need to hear? For the full moon in Taurus. They don't want me to do for the full moon in Taurus. They just want to give a general message now. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't the Oracle. We used to we just beat that to a bloody pulp. Okay. So this is just going to be a general message. It's not going to be specific to the full moon, okay? This is just going to be what the collective most needs to know. What does the collective most need to know? The messages of love and guidance does the collective most need to know? The messages of love and guidance do this for the collective. Okay, some people are going to have some like crying on the bathroom floor moments as they go through these integrations, and that's okay. Empty well, time to replenish. Crying on the bathroom floor moments. Let's get another. Dream thief. Refusal of the call. Yeah, this is in reverse. Okay. As heard, feels like punishment. And then bottom of the deck is the lost compass. Getting back to integrity. Okay. I was like, is that integrity? Had to turn it around. This is, oh, I just love this deck. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it was a lot, there's a lot more cards in it than I anticipated because I didn't really check how many were coming in it. I just was like, that's pretty. I actually heard it in a channel when I was doing a reading for somebody, and I was like, I don't have that Oracle deck. And then I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, it is actually an Oracle deck, and I bought it. That's usually how I end up buying Oracle decks, is I hear them in my head, and then I buy them. And if you've had a reading with me, you know this. Okay. Okay, this feels like somebody who's really struggling to go through their integration because it's bringing up a lot of painful moments. I'll be super honest. Like I go through this like thought process all the time. Like this was me like 2 weeks ago. I was like laying on the floor in this office. Like this is like my safe space in our house. And I will like lay on the floor, bawl my eyes out, do my integrating. And I'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, why did you pick me? Why did you pick me? Why do I have to learn all these lessons first? And it's like I feel like I'll lose my mind. But this feels like somebody who does not want to do it anymore. This feels like someone's getting very, very fed up, like almost very depressed. Very much so struggling. I will read what these mean from the book so you can hear her intention for the cards in case you want the actual deck, because her explanations are short for this one. The empty well reveals that there is nothing for you here. The well is dry and the desert is encroaching on your once fertile garden. It is time to face the harsh reality and move on. Give gratitude and thanks for the abundance you have received and let spirit guide you to your next destination. This might mean saying goodbye to someone or something, insisting on changing the rules of the game. Stop diminishing yourself for the sake of another. Making yourself small will not produce the results you want. There is a lack of reciprocity of give and take. The empty well tells you that it's time to reclaim what is yours and return what does not belong to you. The shadow casts in your direction are not of your making, so you do not need to react or respond to them as they are not real. Simply shine your light upon them and see how it dispels them. These shadows are projections that you are confusing for reality. You may have been offered a shovel to help you dig yourself out of an uncomfortable situation, a bucket to drink from the well, but cannot dig yourself out of this hole. And remember that there is no water to be found in that well. Receive the empty well as a gift. Do not exert your energy and waste your resources by repairing the walls or mending the rope. Follow the water course way. The aquifers. What does that say? Sorry, my eyes are starting to get really blurry. That run deep in the earth, and you will be led to a new spring oasis. You find these underground streams, these rich natural resources, in the subterranean depths of your own heart. Whew. See, my eyes are starting to water. My nose is starting to get runny. I don't know what it is. Anytime I start like a new spread, it's like my head, like my crown opens and my head gets really hot, and then my face gets really warm, and everything just. Okay, time to replenish. Yeah. So this is they're scared of the change. They're scared of the change that's coming, and they're really struggling with it. Refusal of the call. So this is pretty self-explanatory at this point. You know what I'm saying? So there's someone who really just doesn't want to go through the transition. And they're like, they're just petrified of going through the change. I don't feel a need to really read this one, Dream Thief. Okay, you want me to. I know. I know. I'll read them. I'll pull one tarot card on them, but I'm not going to pull another oracle deck then, okay? The Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants to tell you your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or why you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound would never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed. Remembering that you have new stories to rely on and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you placed between you and the horizon? You can. It's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the Dream Thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Okay. And then lastly, I don't know why reading this is like burning my eyes. We are finishing up the collective reading for the full moon lunar eclipse. And then we have Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. Finding the way home and trusting your intuition. When this card appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and your center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. So basically grounding yourself, right? Everything we talked about in the beginning. Be wary of the signs telling you to return here or there or to avoid this or that person or situation because the outward indicators are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely instead on your innate sense of direction and guidance and use your homing instinct to lead you true. The Lost Compass has come to show you that you need to find new counselors. You are not getting the mentoring you need for your success. Who is that person you are looking up to as a model for what it means to be a woman or a man? Trash that ideal. Tear up the picture you carry in your mind. You are meant to be you, not the best copy of your dearest friend. Make this your mantra. Love me or leave me. The Lost Compass is a blessing in disguise because you sometimes have to lose your bearings to find your fresh self and discover a new course. True north never changes, so reset your way to your heart and trust your deepest feelings even when others do not support them. Remember that you are not lost. You simply do not know where you're going right now. Lost is a state of mind. Not knowing where you are going is an opportunity to find a way to a new path. I actually really, really like this. And it makes a lot of sense from everything that we talked about in the beginning, in regards to like the astrology. So I kind of don't really feel a need to clarify them. I'll pull the tarot card for each of them, but I don't really feel a need. They seem pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. Let's look at the empty well. Knight of Swords. Okay. This person's going to get to the point that they overcome this. They're going to get to the point that they're fed up with themselves. They're fed up of sitting in this, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I sitting here? Why is nothing changing? They're going to eventually let go of this foundation. They're going to let go of it. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles in reverse. They're going to get fed up and be like, something has to change. Knight of Swords. And they're going to start moving forward. And they're going to start their new authentic beginning for themselves. Because they're going to realize, like, this is not working. This is not cutting it for me. I'm not happy. I'm not happy anymore. Let's look at the Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they're lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves about what they could really be doing with their life, you know? The Hierophant is the contract. It's also about the purpose, like the soul purpose, about the need to walk away from a teacher or somebody they've been learning from too. Somebody, okay, it's almost like they've been getting told like this is what you should be doing. So, there's so many different things going on here. Some of you, it's being told how you should be running your business or how you should be parenting your kids. Like it's things like that, and it's kind of like no, like these are how I want to do it, and it's just kind of like your whole belief system on something's being shifted, and you're understanding now that it's time for you to restructure that for yourself, and it's kind of making you lose your shit a little bit, right? It's going to make you lose your shit a little bit. And that's okay because you're realizing that you do not need to listen to somebody else's belief system in order to be accepted by them. You can agree to disagree and you can have your own belief system. Exactly. Yep. You can do what you want to do. You can do exactly what you want to do. Let's look at the lost compass. I'll take this one. Yeah, Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's making the choice to stand in your power. Queen of Wands, Strength card. No longer being scared to manifest and create and be inventive and confident in who you are and the ideas and things that you want to bring into the material world, right? Following your passion, following your heart, pursuing those things for yourself. No longer fearing that. That's beautiful. And then gathering around is the next card underneath. It's the power of community. It's finding like-minded people. By doing this, you're going to start aligning with all the energies that are meant to align with you, like the people that are meant to align with you. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. It's a beautiful thing. Awesome. I like this. This ended on a really, really nice note. But this is where I'm going to stop it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this energy shift reading. These are basically what the readings on Patreon when I do the energy shift readings for the moon cycle readings. This is what they're like. You know, I would just pull some oracle cards. I clarify them. I talk about the astrology in the beginning. And we have an open chat. This is exactly what they're like. I just don't make them public on YouTube. It's just the unlisted link on Patreon, you know. So if you want access to those, it's going to be a tier 2 patron or higher. And I love you guys. I wish you the best with these energies, and I will see you later on. Later, Peter. You're welcome.